What is up, chat? It is a brand new week, brand new world of opportunities. I guess the end of September, though. September's coming to an end, which means October's coming up right around the corner. We still, I think there's still a lot going on. I mean, earnings season's just around the corner. We got companies like Costco coming up tomorrow, Micron. So, like, don't worry about trading just yet is what I'm trying to get to. We had a pretty good day on the markets today. QQQ ended up being a good day. SPY ended up having a nice little 0.5% or 0.4% if I remember correctly. We had a good day today on the market too. Nice little green day for ourselves. But I had a little bit of a foot injury. If you do follow me on the Discord server, I told people how I sprained my ankle overnight, or over the weekend. I sprained my ankle, and I was dealing with a little bit of pain today. So I just decided I'll take my green day, go home, catch the rides home a little bit earlier, so I don't have to end up standing in the bus rides and so on. Just wanted to take a nice little seat ride home because usually they're so packed, always bumping with each other. Did not want to have to go through that. So getting home a little bit earlier today felt good. But we didn't miss anything in my opinion. I took my profits. We kept our profits. We're going to talk about my trades on the day today. We're also going to talk about a couple of trades that I lost and see how we could do better. And as always, go through all the stocks that we want to possibly be interested in tomorrow. See if there's any areas to make money in, any levels to watch out for, and to create ourselves a nice little watch list pretty much. Micron Wednesday. Yeah, Micron coming up pretty much very soon. I think tomorrow is after hours Costco. So we'll look at the earnings calendar, and we'll get excited because obviously a new earnings season equals more opportunities, more volatility opening up for a couple trades, and giving catalysts for us to trade stocks. That's what we need as day traders. We constantly need those catalysts. So far in the chat, we got Robo, Lily's grandma, and TH. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully, you had a great weekend, all of you, and even better trading session to start off your last week of September. So let's start off with my trades as we always do. My first trade on the day, I think it was maybe NIO. I think I had three at the same time. I can't remember. Three at the same time, but we'll start off with Amazon over here. I let Amazon trade around a little bit. Amazon had the AI catalyst behind it. They spent about $4 billion on a brand new AI company, basically to rival ChatGPT and all other all their AI companies, such as even Metaverse and so on, even combat with Google's Bard. So Amazon over here trying to get a nice little AI portfolio going, having they buying out some company for $4 billion. So that catalyst helping Amazon up to the north side today. Recently, Amazon has been getting smacked to the downside pretty hardly, and pushed right back to that psychological level of 130. And now we got an inside day, but a move right back to that 132 area that we got to watch out for, because tomorrow we can possibly see the stock break out or reject that 132 and pull right back to the downside, continue making an inside day, but have a trade set up over there. So we'll dive deeper into the trade for tomorrow and into on Amazon later. But here's the trade on it today. Let it trade around off the open. Look for that 130 area. That, as in my opinion, was the key decision point. The stock is either going to reject this area and pull down, or it's going to break through this area and actually make a way towards that 132, which it did make that run towards later on. So noticing that battle, we never really were able to get below 129.80, 129.70. I start building into my longs with my risk tight to the bottom. What the hell is he playing? YUR? You're Amazon over here to the downside didn't really push too much lower, so I started entering on the moves back up, exiting, and I tried to keep buying dips, but I'm in so much pain at this point that I'm actually passing out on my chair. Right, I'm sitting there in my chair passing out, tired as hell, and my leg is hurting. So I just say, you know what, I'm not gonna keep worrying about constantly trading today because I'm not feeling the best. I'm just gonna take my wins and I'm gonna exit, and then pretty much somewhere around this time of the day, I just go home. Nice little win on Amazon. I think Amazon was my biggest winning stock today. My second biggest winning stock today was Tesla. I was looking for that 240 breakdown off the open. Tesla does push to this outside. I started looking for that 240, which was also pre-market low. 240 breakdown stops me out. I get back in, I get stopped out again, but then I have some size, so I'm able to, take some exits to the lower side afterwards. And I try to get back in near 240 with a tight stop. It does push right through it and managed to turn actually green on the day, Tesla. And so does, I guess the market helped it out. Couple, they were all slow. They were grinding. Even Amazon was really grinding today. I'm just going to quickly go check where Microsoft and Google ended. Google ended 0.6 and Microsoft ended 0.1. Apple was pretty damn strong today. I didn't really trade Apple for some reason. But yeah, my two large cap trades, Amazon and Tesla, both winners. But Tesla was barely... I was expecting it to be a much bigger winner. I didn't take outs at 238s when they did offer me, or closer to 238s. I only got like $1 per share winner. But based on the risk to reward, I guess if I was only risking 10-15 cents, I ended up getting $1 twice, and I lost about 15 cents 3 times over there. So pretty decent risk to reward. But you see how I lost a total of like 45 cents, and I only made 60 cents twice. Overall, I think that risk reward kind of got beat down to a lower number than I would have liked it. That's why I stepped away from Tesla. I said, you know what, we're just not getting the read. We usually don't have the read on it anyways. Activision, just buying the longs, waiting for the stock to see if it actually does get accepted by the UK government, British government, and eventually pop to that $95 area. That was the plan. But this was a bigger trade over here that kind of put my day into the red state to start off with. NIO. NIO was, some sort of offering again, conversion notes. They just keep dropping to the downside every single day. Today they were down 4% in pre-market, but over here, especially off the open, NIO had about 10,000 lots on the bid, and I thought, I've never seen a bid this big, especially in this market. 10,000 lots. You add 2 more zeros, is that's how much shares that was on there. But I guess according to the math, it's only like 8-10 million shares for a New York stock coming off the open. That's not really that much. But and I was wondering if that size even got actually filled, because it looked like they might have just pulled that order. I didn't see all that size take or participate in the on the time of sales. Usually when a stock comes down and it's that thick of a level, you'll see a churn. I didn't see that churning happen at all. It's almost like they pulled some and they took some, because it would be crazy to think that someone dumped almost $9 million worth of liquidity into that bid over there, and we didn't really see it. But the volume chart does say that something crazy did happen at that point. So $8 does manage to break. Then I'm now wondering if $10 million, $9 million on the bid is not going to hold up. Possibly the short is the right direction, so I flip into a short over there on NIO. I instantly get stopped out on that trade too, so this is an overall loser to start off the day with. Later on at the pre-market highs or at previous days lows near 840s, 838s, I start getting back into a short. This kind of turns my trade into not as big of a loser. This is basically a flat trade. I try a short again at that 838 and I get out at flat 838. Don't like the way the stock is just grinding to the higher side, even with the negative catalyst. The market's going higher. This stock was down 4% on the day. Now it's only down 1.6% and it's trading well above the VWAP. So I just figure it's no point in holding this trade. I'm just gonna get out. But the stop was there. I could have possibly held it for a bigger move down over here, but the move never even came out, and I guess my read on that trade was right. So those are my trades on the day today. Amazon with the killer long helped us out over there to pad our stats on the day and pad our stats on the month, and keep on looking for that first green month back to trading. All right. Let's go to our watch list, because we do have a pretty decent watch list ready for you guys. A couple stocks that moved in the after hours, couple stocks that moved around the day today, and just other stocks in general that I like to look at and have an eye on. So it looks like FEMY had some sort of a FDA catalyst behind it. I'm not really sure what it is, so let's go look into it. It popped up in the market chameleon after hours scanner, 222% up in the after hours to 7.3 million shares traded. That's not a joke. And yeah, it's only a dollar stock. So I look at it, it's a penny stock earlier. So clearly that much of a bump before, sorry, in the after hours is pretty significant. So once I started looking at the news over there, receives an FDA clearance to market. FEMA seed an initiative or innovative infertility treatment solutions. So helping out over there with infertility issues. The stock gets a positive FDA catalyst. Let me just quickly go read that again. What is it? Clearance to market. Ooh, clearance to sell, I guess, right? Is that what it means? Clearance to market, clearance to sell. So fully cleared. Now they're gonna start making some money, I guess, from this infertility treatment pill that is going into the market. Previously, the stock did bump up to this dollar area and then pushed right back down to these lower prices. But now that we're getting the stock pushing up to the north side with the proper FDA clearance, a proper FDA catalyst behind it, I also want to quickly go check what the float is and the short float is for FEMY. Come on. There is not a high short float, but the float is pretty small, so this stock could, get some games behind it. It is a short float stock, and they are going to probably start making some money soon. So I would be very interested to see what happens. I mean, that $1 level is pretty psychologically important, right? We're always looking at that $1 area, and if I was to just put in an anchored VWAP from this after hour catalyst news, that would be right over here. That anchored VWAP is right here at 97 cents right now. So we'll see when the stock does pull back to 97.44 if there's any sort of a buying there. If not, if the stock doesn't even pull back there and just keeps on running to the north side, then you might want to be looking out for some spots to get in, because the stock could be a banger. The anchored VWAP from this day, where the stock traded about 177 million shares, is coming in at 74 cents. So that could be another spot for possible dip buys over here, or you could even short it towards that area if the stock does get back under a dollar, and at that point you're no longer interested in the longs, you're possibly looking for the shorts. So you could look for that move to that 75 cents or so, where the stock could possibly find support and then start making a move right back up to the north side later on. But I most likely I'm only looking for the longs over here. That catalyst does look good to me, and looks like the stock could easily pop up onto these previous highs before, or even this consolidation range before. So I look for any supports to come up near $1.02, resistance near $1.30, or even a move up to $1.40. And with only 12 million float, with how much volume it traded in the after hours today, that's not the page I'm looking for. It traded about 7.3 million shares in the after hours. With only 12 million flow overall, I think we will see a lot of squeeze coming in. So I'm excited for FEMY. I know you guys don't really see me trading these type of stocks, but tomorrow you might just be able to see me either kill it or get killed. I'm looking to kill it instead. Hopefully we do pull out that way. My leg is killing me. That's what that is. Grimacing face is coming from. All right. SE today popped up in the, where we see this top gainers scanner. SE popping up to the north side. What is the catalyst for you? What's going on with C Limited? Don't really see anything important over there, but clearly the stock popped up 11% today. Monster move from that 52-week low of $35.36 area right back into this previous resistances, and look how we just failed to burst through that area and pop right back down. So this area possibly of key interest tomorrow, 40.50 to 41, let's say 40.50 to 41. So not sure what the catalyst is for this one, but the fact that the stock even pulled up into this consolidation range high could maybe give us a trade tomorrow. The stock, average 10-day volume is not that bad, 8.7 million shares. Today they brought in 28 million shares, and even a breakout of this area could possibly give you a move up to that 50-period EMA, and maybe that gap close to $52 on a swing term scale, right? So it looks like SE over here getting a little active for us. but don't put it there. I want you to magnet. Okay, there you go. Looking like a nice little stock to watch out for. This consolidation lows over here near $37 could show up as support. Look how many bottoms come in around that 37 area. So possible dip buys at 37 on SE. I'll be putting in some anchored VWAPs tomorrow. Based on the move today, probably somewhere over here, and see how the stock, is respecting that move or not, into going into tomorrow. But that'll just be basically today's VWAP going into tomorrow. So we'll see what happens over there, and even some anchored VWAPs from the 52-week low. So let's actually do that right now. 52-week low anchored VWAP coming in right into that area, and we can put it maybe one from this earnings date, and that's coming in at 39.20. Let me show you how important anchored VWAPs are for me now. I actually threw in these anchored VWAP for you guys recently. This was from the recent earnings gap from Amazon, and this is from the 52-week high. Both of them actually start converging right around a level that we have mapped around this. Let's say 135.50 to 137. I'm not sure where this extra line is coming from, but looks like we might see a real strong resistance coming in around this period. Obviously, this is just the best price for the recent change in characteristics for the stock. That's why I'm looking at these two levels so importantly, because characteristics change. So these two price points, kind of want to see where that VWAP comes into play, and when the stock does punch to that level, how do we behave? Because now we're getting a whole different characteristic change with Amazon AI catalyst. So that's something to watch out for. But we were not on Amazon anyways. My ABD just completely beeline me elsewhere. Okay, Williams-Sonoma was popping up on my scanners, but I just didn't find any catalyst for it. Didn't know what was going on, so I didn't trade it. I guess I should have looked at Benzinga. Wasn't thinking of it at that time. But Williams-Sonoma was absolutely taken off today. So because I couldn't find the news, I just said, you know what, I'm not gonna touch it, and just stayed away from a little bit of money. Sadly, the stock gave you a couple dip buy opportunities. It was the strongest stock on the day, and it was just ripping nonstop, not caring what the market was doing. So shout out to anyone who actually traded Williams-Sonoma. I had levels on this previously before the stock was doing this. Sorry, chat, my throat was getting a little dry there. I had levels on the stock previously already before it was doing this, so I wish I had some sort of alert going off. I did not have the alert going off that the stock was breaking the 52-week high and running up to the north side. I mean, that was the easiest long you could have possibly get into, 146.25. Let's go to the 1 minute chart. Look at that, 146.25. You're literally watching the stock on a minute go through, come back, never really struggle to go too much to the downside, and then rip up, and just rip up. So shout out to anyone who actually traded it and make some bank. Now we want to see how is the opportunity setting up for us tomorrow. The volume on it possibly will die off. It's only does 1.5 million shares on a 10-day average. Today it brought in a good 5-hour volume, 5.3 million shares traded so far. It could very easily just die off going into it. So if there is no volume, then I'm most likely not interested. And the way the stock traded today, tomorrow I will be flabbergasted. That's right, big word. Tomorrow I'll be surprised if it doesn't have an inside day. I mean, look how small candles usually the stock has on a day-to-day basis. One random day it does have a big volume candle, but then it kind of dies off again. So I wouldn't be surprised if the stock starts to find some support right before this 152 area, and kind of just does what it did over here. Pop up, go sideways. I guess this is called like a flag of some sort, right? Like a bull flag. I don't know if it is or not, but kind of look at the history, and I'm expecting history to repeat very soon on WSM. So if we do get a new high tomorrow and a clear rejection of that new high like this candle, pop up, clear rejection of that pop, giving you an opportunity to get short, that's something I would be very, very interested in for WSM. But if it does want to make that run to 160 and keep on running to 160 for whatever catalyst that it did have, then you might want to just join that party too. So WSM, if there is volume tomorrow, I'll be basically looking at yesterday's candle. Right, yesterday's candle. Look for that 157, look for that 160, and so on. ARM actually had a monster fail break of 50 and a run to the north side. I was not watching it when it had that fail break of 50. I missed out on that opportunity. Wait, did it even break 50 today? No, didn't even break 50 today. That was recently, but today it didn't even break 50. It just pinged it by 2 cents. Because I remember I had an order for a short and I canceled it at some point later in the day, but I did not see that this was happening. This was a monster move all the way back up to that $55 price, which was pretty important because that was the price on the IPO day where the stock basically kind of found a bottom. And over here on the next few days, 55 had a lot of size on the downside. So the fact that we're moving back into these prices now on ARM and also the fact that $50, which is the actual IPO range price, is kind of being respected now. People are showing up to buy here. They are buyers. They're actually not willing to let the stock go to the downside. And that could just be the underwriter. Sometimes the underwriter, who are the people who take the stock public to the market, they have X amount of shares and they have to release it to the market. They are also sometimes inclined and in contract told to uphold a price for X amount of days or X amount of weeks, and then they probably move that price down. It's all based on what they promise to the company and what they promise to the market and the New York floor and so on, or the Nasdaq floor, whatever floor they're trading in. So they might have to just uphold this price a little bit. I think CART was kind of doing that same thing at 30, just not able to go below that price for too long, and now we're right again back above 30 for CART. So that sometimes these prices that the stock was originally priced in at do matter. Eventually you'll see that level kind of give out, and then you'll see stocks move around. What is important is the date for lockup period expiry for ARM. What that basically means is anytime a company does go IPO, they have a lockup period where employees and CEOs and founders, they can basically dump their position on the open of the IPO and exit from that position completely. They're supposed to hold on to their size for about 90 days or so, and then they can offload their positions if they want. So that lockup period usually, I believe, is 90 days for most stocks. It could be different for ARM. We'll find out soon when that date is coming, because you'll hear about it everywhere from Twitter, from Facebook, and so on. And once that date does come up, we could see some natural selling coming in, some profit taking coming in, and it will be part of that. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, I guess I have to stop being bearish on that $50 area for ARM, because we're just simply not able to get under it. We're just holding that level too strongly at that point, and the underwriters or even buyers, it doesn't necessarily have to be underwriters. It could just be buyers coming in and saying, we like that $50 price because this company literally makes chips for everything out there in the world. Almost every 90% of things out there in the world apparently have ARM chips. So if that's the case, then this stock does not belong at $50. Obviously, that also has to do with the amount of valuation, which is the amount of shares that they're actually publicly offered, and the price of the stock and the market cap and so on. So maybe it is accurately now being priced in near $50, because that was the original. Where'd my volume bars go? Original IPO price. Same thing with CART. $30 has finally come into play. For tomorrow's trade, though, I think that 55 area, obviously got to keep on watch. 55 to 55.50. 55 to 55.50. That's the low on the IPO day, and then 55 also was a pretty important level after that. So I'll just put in 55 here for myself. JOBY, and then obviously, this is a no-brainer in case the stock does go back to 50. No-brainer. JOBY popped up on the top gainer stocks today. Okay, popped up about 4.8%, but the chart looks like what? Just popped into these ranges again. I am 13 million shares today compared to 6 million average. That's not bad. Let's see how it looked like it traded. Very choppy. That is horribly choppy. I'm not sure if I even would trade JOBY. I've never really traded this position, so I'm just going to remove it from my watch list and move to the next stock. GPS popped up on the scanners as top gainers today. I guess this is where the scanner kind of dies out, because not a lot of stocks really moved around. GPS right back into the range high. So in case this range high does break out, 1040, you got a nice little move to the upside, or even this 980, nice little move to the downside, or you can range shade it within the range. So just look out for that range. range trade or trade the break of range. So look out for these two levels over here, 1040 and 980 for myself. 980/1040. So if there is volume tomorrow, we'll take a look at it, but it is lighter volume than usually, sadly. So maybe nothing to really do unless there is some external pump coming in on the volume side for the stock. Uranium Energy Corp, top gainer today, one of the top gainers with decent volume, because most stocks that were up on the day did not have a lot of volume, so that's why I kind of filtered them out. But this was one of the stocks that moved up on actual decent volume to the north side. Looks like this stock has popped up into, look at that, you know, pretty solid range. Uranium's back in play. Ooh, are we talking about nuclear war, ladies and gentlemen? Is that what's going on? So popping up into this 52-week high ranges right now, 540, 547, 555. Watch out for UEC, looking for that move to the north side. Strong sector, says Josh. Okay, ARM chart looks strong. Yeah, no kidding about that one. Cody in the house, Tobias in the house. How are you feeling about that Netflix short? Ooh, I didn't even put Netflix on my watch list. Let me do that real quick. Let me put that one down there for myself. And I guess we can even put Disney in there just to be safe. Hi, Brad. Do you trade futures? I do not trade futures. I just trade equities. NQ looked like it was a roller coaster today. I mean, I was trading Amazon, and I don't really feel like a roller coaster, but let me see NQ. Yeah, I can see what you mean. I can see what you mean. I wasn't really trading QQ or anything. I was just on Amazon today, and at one point I passed out because the pain in my leg was too much. The pain in my leg right now is too goddamn much. That's why you guys see me making this grimacing face today. Hi Brad, question: are you currently into mentoring, brother? Not at the moment. Not at the moment, but because I don't really have time. But this is my way of mentoring, man. This is my way of mentoring. This is my way of sharing the knowledge that I have for free. Because think about it. If I have to mentor, I have to take some time out of my day from doing something else and train you. That means I might have to ask you money. And that's something that I never wanted to do to begin with, right? But eventually it might have to be like some sort of an add-on feature if I do it, but that's way down the road, man. I want to do everything I can for free for as long as I can. I don't want to charge people money for anything. And this is the way that I find is the best way about it, is sharing my knowledge for free, whatever slight knowledge that I have, and just hope that people understand what I'm trying to say, and they learn from my bad trades and they learn from my good trades, and just keep going from there. I can mentor, says Tobias. There you go. He might ask you for money though, so good luck with that one. I don't know about the mentoring part just yet. For myself. Maybe down the road, once I have like 10 years on my belt, once I have $1 million in my bank account, then I can think about mentoring. Right now, I'm still a student of the game. And I can't mentor nobody. Okay? So UEC is where we were stuck on right now. Very hot sector, says Josh. Josh coming in and laying out the facts, and I honestly, I don't know why it would be a hot sector right now, but I also, I guess, could make sense why it would be a hot sector with all these crazy wars and the talks going on with Russia and so on. So maybe something to do with that. Maybe there are using uranium in other ways that I haven't heard of. It's a sector that I haven't dwelled into too much, so I can't really tell you. Let's see. Uranium primed to extend a rally on resurgent nuclear power, says analyst. Okay. Prices are likely to extend blistering rally at the end of the year, more than 50% higher. Mounting worries over climate change, accelerated global change, cleaner resources, including nuclear power. Okay. What is uranium's ticker? Where the hell is USA? Okay. I guess don't ignore this one, ladies and gentlemen, because if this one starts taking off, this one could be fun. So, I mean, we got some levels over here: 547 to 555, 547 to 555. So if uranium's coming back into play, my leg, sorry, chat. If uranium's coming back into play over here, then obviously we don't want to be ignoring it. UEC, anyone know uranium's URA is the ETF? Thank you, brother. I love you. URA .am, I'm guessing. Yeah, it's on .am for myself. I'm putting the AM because in my platform at work, I'll have to use .am. That's how P-Pro 8 works. But yeah, uranium over here, something to keep a track on. It looks like, yeah, look at that. It's breaking out to the north side. So you could even, I mean, I don't know if, maybe I should be able to trade uranium. Should be able to trade this. I don't know. We'll see. But it is breaking out to the north side. Beautiful moves coming in over here for uranium. Don't ignore this sector clearly. WBD, Warner Brother Digital, dropping to the downside. Now we're going to top losers, the ones that have decent volume. Woo, 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 woo. Did I get a new subscriber? Is that why the wee woo's going off right now? Let's quickly dim that lights back for ours. WBD, I thought that deal was closing, that the strikes are coming to an end now. So what's going on over here with WBD? Sadly dropping down another 4%. Did Disney go down today too? And someone in the chat said, what do you think about that Netflix short? I'm thinking Netflix went down along with it. Netflix had a 1% update today. Let's go Netflix. All right. But looks like WBD and Disney pushing to the downside. And WBD pulling back into this triple bottom, double bottom that I've previously kind of I was watching out for, I guess. But 1050 now coming back into play for WBD. And after that, we got more levels to the downside if the stock wants to go trade there. Nice spike in volume, but not that much of a spike in volume realistically. So if it does push to this level and break past this level, maybe there's a trade there, but I'm not too interested in that. So I'll kind of just leave it away from my watch list. I'll just move on from that one. I don't think I'll be looking at that. But tomorrow, Li Auto is for sure to be watched. I mean, Li Auto dropped almost 10%, not almost, it did drop 10%, triggered SSR and selling off along with NIO, big moves to the downside. Where's NIO? NIO is supposed to be, oh, there it is, most active. I see it. So Li Auto, NIO, the Chinese EV sector kind of getting absolutely roasted today. NIO, however, recovered quite well. Li Auto did not recover at all. So we can obviously look out for more trades on Li Auto tomorrow. Looks like we got a little bit of a choppy range over here. Couple bottoms. You can look. Maybe support comes in around these areas, very choppy, but for the most part I'll just be looking for that move straight back into these ranges over here on Li Auto. And also keep an eye out for the overnight Chinese session. If the overnight Chinese session sells off, maybe Li Auto can join that party all the way to the downside and give us another big SSR day two to be part of. But keep in mind that because the stock has dropped 10% today, there's a good chance that it does not really sell off hard tomorrow, because it'll be trickier for the new shorts to enter. New shorts will have to be waiting on the offer for the stock to tick higher. Then only can they get filled on the shorts. They can't just wipe out the bids because the stock on SSR. So tomorrow might just be a little bit muted move, or If there's real selling, like real selling, meaning longs want to get the F out of their position, they're just slapping the bids over there. And in that case, you could see the stock really make that move. And that's what we're looking out for. Li Auto. Look for that move to the downside. Carvana at like what, $40 now. So Carvana pretty much near this range consolidation highs. We were looking at that 43, we were looking at that 46. Now we're looking for these ranges to come into play. 40, whatever this high is around these areas, we'll put it over there. Not really over there, but I want to put it around that candle high. That's around 39.80. Perfect. And I want to put around these lows over here near 36.42. So look around near this 39.80 to $40 up to 36.40, 42 on the downside, 36.50. I guess you can even say that. The 100 period EMA near 35.26 at the moment on Carvana. Carvana giving up a lot of its steam that it had to push towards that 57, 58 area, and now pulling back towards 36. Keep in mind, still a highly shorted stock, so I would not be ignoring it. But that 40 and that 36.50 looks like we could have a move towards those prices on Carvana. Ooh, there's some new color scheme going on my keyboard right now. That's pretty cool. Okay, most active stocks, I guess, on the day today. Tesla, we actually traded Tesla 240. That didn't really give us too much of a trade, right? Didn't really give it too much of a trade. We should have been ready to flip short long, I guess. The right side of the V trade right there. Missed out on the right trade. Let's actually go stock one of the people I follow on Twitter. See how they did today. Where's Valentine Trades? I just had him up. There you go. Let's go to Valentine Trades. See how he traded today. I guess he didn't trade today. He didn't post his chart today. Yeah, I guess he didn't trade today. This was his trade yesterday. This guy kills Tesla every single day. Just monster trades. Would love to learn how he trades, but wanted to see how he traded today. I would have guessed that he went long at some point or just scalp shorts. But yeah, you saw me. I tried to take that 240 short. Didn't really work out. Stayed away from it. Took my wins. Moved on. Tomorrow, as the stock is clearly above 240 and moving back towards that 245 and 250 area, those are the levels we'll be interested in. Pretty simple for me when it comes to when I trade Tesla. I only care about how the stock behaves at these even dollar price points, and if it shows me rejection, if it shows me breakthrough near those levels, then I kind of want to be involved in it. Tesla usually trades in $10 ranges, so either around 1040 or either around 1050 you'll see it turn around or really break through and go for more of a bigger range on that day. So that's why I like to look at these $5, $10 ranges on TSLA. Somehow, Tesla also brings in a shit ton of volume every single day. 100 million shares every single day. I don't know how they do it, but Tesla, baby. Shout out to Tesla. So, NIO, we've been talking about this 830, 840 area, because that was the bottom for multiple days, and now that was pretty much the high today, 830, 840. So keep in mind, for that price point, could see rejection off that level, could see a burst through that level to get back towards that $9 price on NIO. And if we do show us a nice little fail of this 840 area, the stock could even open up near 8 tomorrow and just break through to the downside of 8. In that case, you want to look out for that $8 price instead. So look out for the stock to go back to that 52-week low very soon, near that $7 price. The stock is currently getting absolutely hammered, and obviously, like Li Auto, the Chinese market, overnight move will be very important to see how we set up for this trades tomorrow for us on that day. And Kathy bought NIO. She's gonna love it when that stock goes to 7 then, huh? You'd be getting a mentor with 80% prediction rate, and I win on 85% of my option contracts. I am an anomaly. Netflix will be down this week, says Tobias. I like it, man. Sheesh. If you got stats to prove it, then you got stats to prove it. Pags has no debt, which has many upgrades to $14. Pags. We can take a look at Pags. Pags. Sounds bad. Pag Seguro Digital. Commercial services, miscellaneous commercial services. Okay. 2 million volume today, not bad. Average 10-day volume 3 million. Okay, not bad. Looks like I had this day mapped out for some reason. I guess I was looking on some sort of a trend that day. I can't remember what it is, but we can pretty much delete that line. Okay, PAGs, you're kind of bringing in, financials. I get it. Financials, very important, obviously, very, very important. But I'm basically just looking at the technicals. You're saying a move up to $14. That's right up to these areas. Why not? Why not? Right? Right now we are seeing a higher highs. We did have a higher low, but now we're kind of making, lower highs and lower lows. It's a little bit of a nice little wedge pattern coming in over here. So we'll see what side it breaks out. If the stock has good catalyst, it could break out to this 1150, 13 peaks, and then kind of see that supply opening back up. But if that demand and that catalyst is strong enough, it could break out all the way to the north side. Previous earnings report wasn't really the greatest. They missed on it, both on EPS and on revenue. So, on just a quick glance, I'm not really too keen on it. But if it's your position, then I wish you the best. Looks like your stops should be somewhere around here. If you are long in these ranges, your stops should be here. If you're not trading without a stop, then you're in the wild west. So good luck out there. I don't know what else to say. Is that the all-time low on that position? That is the all-time low on that position. So I think my stop would be somewhere around 750. If it goes below 750, I'm out. That actually is the all-time low. 750. Company from Brazil did cut by 0.5 points in August. Okay. So PAGs, shout out to your trade on PAGs over there. I thought I lowered my mic volume. Okay, now coming to AMD. AMD's right at my average price for my long-term portfolio. Pretty sad to see the stock all the way back here, not taking a single cent profit when it did move up 30%. Sorry, my leg, guys. When it moved up 30% in our favor to the north side, did not take a single share per profit. Ooh, that one hurt. I'm just trying to readjust my leg, and my leg is killing me. Okay. Now the question is, obviously, if the market is green, you kind of want to look for the longs. I think Nvidia had a pretty monster day today to the upside at one point. I think one of the traders was like, Nvidia is just straight up, and then yeah, you're not wrong, but then what's the trade behind it, right? I was kind of not really seeing a trade for myself, so I kind of moved away from it. I mean, I guess I was right, because it did break out, but then look what, just chopped people up, didn't really push up to the north side too much, and kind of just stuck out near 420, 422 area. Smoke weed every day, right? So I just stuck near this 420 price, and I guess you just want to keep your eyes peeled near that for that 420. Multiple supports came in at 420, and nice little triple top coming in near this 425 area. So could see that breakout of 425 tomorrow if the market is strong. Could see the breakdown of 420 to the downside if the market is weak. And those are the levels that I'll possibly keep my eye out for on this bad boy NVDA. As to AMD, I don't like to trade AMD. Honestly, don't like to trade AMD. It's one of the harder stocks to trade on in the market. It's so easily gamed. People just get screwed over on the stock so easily every time. It's never clean. I mean, it's crazy. It's just crazy in my opinion. It hasn't been clean to trade in a long time, so I just stay away from it. I think it's much cleaner to just trade Nvidia in my opinion, because it just gives you not that much of a gamey movement compared to, I mean, see how clean of a range it was stuck in for most of the time. If you go to AMD, I mean, you could have gone stopped out there. You could have gone stopped out over here if you were short. You could have gone stopped out over here if you were long. So look how many games just take place over here every single damn time. Long and then short later on, and it's just like chop. You better bring chopsticks to fight AMD with. That's why I like to have it on my watch list. I just don't like to trade AMD, and it's just my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. I could be wrong, okay? I could be wrong. There's a million ways to make money. That's just my ways to make money. Now, Amazon, we traded Amazon today. We're looking for Amazon to get above this 132 area at this moment and move up to this 136 on that positive catalyst for that they are now involved in AI and wanting to develop AI. Why 132 right there? That 3-day high of 132 coming in, 132, 132.25. Let's see Amazon get above it. Show us the stock holding 132 on the bids, and then have that have that power to 136.50, 137 to the north side. So watching out tomorrow to see if the stock can do that for us. 132 and then 136, and then we also have obviously that 130 even psychological number and 128. But these are the two levels that I kind of want to look out for. If we can get above this 132 tomorrow, I think we have a monster move up to the north side. But if we can't get above 132 and the market's red and the stock is trading near 132, rejecting 132, that might be the monster short that you'll be able to get in and ride the stock all the way back down to 128 tomorrow. Right? I'm talking about the long, but that could be the main trade tomorrow. The markets are red. Amazon's getting beat down. 132 is not able to go up to the north side, and that could be the short all the way back to 130, could be all the way back to 128. So watch out for, either ways. I think that will be a pretty key price level for us to keep an eye on for Amazon. Amazon, if it breaks local resistance, it fills, there's a something gap. Fills gap, thank you. Yeah, there's a little heart-shaped emoji over there covering the text. Couldn't see it. Apple. Going to Apple next. Apple today, obviously, the recovery season for Apple is in at the moment. It's just been holding this range for multiple days now. We were worried about that range breaking and actually moving a little bit lower, but constant support of this 173, 174 area. Looking for that move back up to 180 at this point. So let's see what happens when we do go back up to 180. You could take that 3-day range breakout. I guess you could look for that 176 breakout. You could look for 174 dip buys, 175 dip buys, whatever is being offered by the market at that moment, if you are only interested in the longs. But I really want to be patient and see how the stock behaves at 180. If we do go back up to 180, are we seeing resistance over there and allow me to get short, or do we see a breakout of 180 and we're really pushing up to the north side? Where does the stock open at? Right now we did close at 176. There's a good chance that you get a dip buy at 174 tomorrow, right around these areas to the downside, and then the stock maybe goes up. Depends obviously if the market is green or the market or red, or if there's a new catalyst coming out for the market. All of this is very, very important to keep an eye out for, and we'll look at the economic data very soon to see if there's something big coming out that could scare us for trading tomorrow. So Apple, we have tons of levels on the charts. I'm not even going to put it on my notes over here. I'm just going to pull it up at the last second and kind of just smack that trade. Rivian, $20 area. We were looking for the possible short off of 20. It never really came into play. So now, once again, I'm looking for that 20. I'm looking for that 22. See what happens in that range high. See what happens in that range low. Do we punch through that 22 and start going back up to the north side, or do we get back down? Keep in mind, this car company sucks. Okay, I'm joking. They do make cars. They're not as bad as some of the other car companies, but we haven't seen them as much, right? So Rivian, we got to see more Rivian deliveries going up, as at least they're not lucid. At least they're not lucid, which is completely getting absolutely wrecked at the moment. So Rivian, nice little bounce off that 20. If Rivian does give you some sort of a failure near 22 tomorrow, that could be a good little short, and you can also look for some bounce buying coming in around 20. Fail 20, also a great short. Intel, right into these choppy ranges at the moment, but we did have this area kind of mapped out. Was this a double top? No, this was the area double top we were looking at. So Intel could possibly move right back into this area. This area Intel really struggled at for quite a while, and this was right after, where is the split? Where is Intel split? Didn't Intel split? What? Am I tripping? Okay, maybe I'm tripping. But so Intel really struggled around these prices for a little while, and then eventually broke out. I won't be surprised if Intel does drop into these ranges over here near 32, 31.50 to find those buyers again. But I am seeing a trend right off the bat. If you were to kind of plop in a trend at the bottom end of the ranges over here, Oh, okay, maybe not. That trend is to the downside a little bit more. There's a lower trend over here that you can kind of see what's going on right around there. There's another trend line kind of you can plop in at the moment. So Intel, nasty pullback on the fail of that 52-week high $40 price. But the question is, where do those buyers come in? We're exactly near the exactly near the 100-period EMA and the 50-period EMA at the moment. The anchored VWAP from the 52-week lows, which you could say that or this, is coming in around these prices, around 32, around $30. So like I said, I won't be surprised by seeing these triple tops kind of coming into play for Intel, to see if the buyers are still there and whatnot. But at the moment, it all depends on, is the semiconductor stock hot, is the semiconductor sector hot, or is SOXL moving up, is Nvidia joining the party, is AMD joining the party? If so, then there's a good chance that you could look for longs around these prices for Intel to move back up to 35, 36. But if we do go anywhere close to 31.50, I want to smash that long on Intel. So I'm just going to get that price ready for myself for the near future. But I won't be ignoring this $34 area to see if there's any buying opportunities to take us back to 35, 36, 37 on Intel. Uber, I think, yeah, we still haven't pushed to that price yet, at $43. I want to see what happens at 43. I don't really care about this range high, which we're stuck in. And that range high is which I care about again. So 50. And this 43 is the only two numbers. And Intel, I mean, Uber dropping down in volume, kind of not really exciting me. So, I mean, I'll put down the prices, but they're still far away from where the stock is at the moment. Kind of not matters. If this does go down to 43, I'll keep my eye out on there. But there's another instant support that could show up right below 43 near this 41.70. So you kind of want to be careful shorting 43, because you could just get blocked by this 41 support, and then the stock pops right back up to the north side. So you want to watch what happens in this range, I guess, right, for Uber. Google, grandpa stock, slow stock, stuck in pretty much a range over here. We'll have to wait to see what happens. That 130 is holding at the moment, though. We did get below 130, but the fact that we're every day closing above 130 is pretty indicative that the stock wants to hold at the moment. But we'll have to wait and see what happens with the rest of the market. We could easily have been red on Google today. We could have easily been red on Microsoft also. But I think the strength behind Amazon and the strength behind Apple helped out the market today. Even Tesla pretty much turned positive instead of being red. So shout out to Tesla for that. And Google and Microsoft just joined the party. So market beta stocks, makes sense that they just did what the market did. So no real technical play here other than just trading the QQQs. You could have just traded the QQQs at the end of the day and done the same type of play. So you might want to just have them on the watch list. If they do push up to any of your levels out there, obviously trade them. I have my anchored VWAPs down over here. I have my moving averages. I have my supports and resistances. So I will be looking at Google and Microsoft when it does push there. But if the stock is not doing extra volume and doesn't really have its own catalyst for me to be involved in, like Amazon did today, then I most likely will be kind of putting it on the back burner, right? So Google and Microsoft belong in that book for me. Palantir, once again, that $14 area, $14 support. We did break 14, but a nice little fail break of 14, pushing it back above 14 to close on the day. You're constantly looking to what happens near that $13.50 to $14 area on Palantir for those of you who are interested in trading it. But like I said earlier, volume's going down. You want to wait for any real catalyst to really pop up on that stock for itself. At that point, maybe we'll actually start looking at it. But I'll put that level down in my notes for now, near 1350. Netflix, also low on the volume end today. No real catalyst. I guess people are still waiting for that Workers Guild Association, WGA strike that's been going on. I know Disney kind of was in that news in the news basket today for that. I saw it pop up on the CNBC phone push notifications. That's something along the Writers Guild Association is getting canceled. I honestly didn't care about it. I canceled that. I swiped that notification off my screen. I did not care about it because it's like, who cares? I'm over it. Just The trade hasn't been there. The trade hasn't been there, and I haven't really been able to see anything for myself. So I kind of just ignored it, and I guess I wasn't wrong because the stock did nothing today. It was basically only down 0.34%. Still waiting to see what happens if it goes near 70 or if it goes near 85. We did miss that short opportunity near 85, and we never really were ready for it going long. Anyways, Disney at the moment, no trade for me, and I think Netflix kind of belongs in the same basket. Netflix, we'll see what happens. I think recently they did announce some sort of a Squid Games new actual in real life competition coming out. That could be pretty hype behind it. I know One Piece was really hyped up for them, so shout out to that on Netflix. And if they continue doing good on the TV shows like that, they'll just keep doing better and better. I don't doubt it. So I mean, I'm all bullish case for Netflix usually, and if you are thinking about the shorts, obviously you have your levels 400. Looks like there's a level around 380 over here. This one actually comes back all the way from here. That's the high of February 23rd. High of February 23rd is now coming to show us some lows over there. Even this breakout over here for 26th of May. Right, so maybe some supports can show up and the Netflix can pop back up, but you know, I don't really trade Netflix. Very light volume on the day. I mean, 6 million shares are great, don't get me wrong, but on a $400 stock, 6 million shares at the end of the day basically means the spread is not the greatest. The stock spread is probably you know, shitty at times, especially off the open, and I'm not interested at that moment. I'm more interested in Tesla, which is a $200 stock that trades 100 million shares, and in pre-market already has 2 million shares traded. That's more interesting to me as a day trader. But as a swing trader, as an investor, Netflix is obviously in the basket, and I'm only looking for a bullish case in that case. This looks like a nice little spot to get bullish, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe. It is holding some sort of a trend though. Where is that trend line coming from? That's that bottom. But where's that bottom and that bottom? Oh, okay. That bottom and that bottom, you're kind of hanging on near that line right now. I don't know if I would invest in it right now. Is that COVID lows? No, that's not COVID lows. What's COVID lows? Wait. Isn't 2020 COVID lows? Wait. What happened here? Are these COVID lows? Oh yeah, I remember this. Didn't Bill Ackman get like absolutely his face ripped off on this trade? Oh, I remember this now. Oh, I remember this now. Yep. This is COVID lows. This happened. Then that started happening, and then Bill Ackman bought a shit ton of position, and he's like, I like the stock. He got absolutely destroyed. He closed his position. He was pretty much the bottom. He put in the bottom over here, and that was a spot to literally get absolutely long on his position, because right back to poor Billy. I shouldn't laugh. I'm probably gonna lose on the stock tomorrow if I trade now, just because I was making fun of Billy. Yeah, I mean, we'll watch Netflix tomorrow. I do like this level, don't get me wrong. I already have a line around this 380, as you guys can see. It looks like it's some sort of a pretty significant level in the past. So if there is any buying coming in at 380, I'll keep my eye out for this position, and even 385 possibly. 385. What's the high of today? Or yesterday, sorry. 385, 387. The body of that move is what, 385? Yeah, I'll put in 385 in there. Screw it. I'll put in 385 in there, and then the stock maybe goes up to 390, 400 tomorrow. Maybe not 400, but 390, 390. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes 390. We'll watch tomorrow. We'll see what happens. I'm moving Disney off my watch list. Garbage stock, garbage company. Okay, Costco. Costco tomorrow has earnings, ladies and gentlemen. Earnings season is right back around on the watch list. Costco Couple other stocks over here for you pre-market traders who know these companies. I've never actually traded any of these companies in my life before, so if these ones actually do volume pre-market and have the catalyst behind it, which is the earnings catalyst, I'll be interested in looking at these trades at that point. But right now, since I've never really traded them, never really seen them pop up on any sort of scanners, I'll kind of just skim through them and just show you that these are earnings pre-market. But this is the bad boy tomorrow that we will be talking about after hours, Costco, and setting up for some possible trades on it. Micron on Wednesday coming up, Nike on Thursday, Carnival Cruise on Friday. So as you guys can see, obviously earnings season is very, very hot, and that's what we need. We need catalysts for stocks to move around as day traders. It's how we get some nice moves on the intradays for people to take advantage of. Tomorrow for the economic calendar, we got building permits. So Lennar and your Home Depot traders can watch out for that number at 8 o'clock. Housing price index coming out. We got new home sales at 10 o'clock, and nothing really too. We got this one though. What is that? HPI composite? Don't know what that is. Housing price index measure. Okay. Okay. So another housing price index measure over there. Not really a market mover, the housing price indexes, but looks like the new home sales a 3-star event. CB, consumer confidence. So consumer confidence, what is CB though? Consumer confidence sounds pretty important, I know that, but what is CB? Conference board. Okay, so we'll see how consumer confidence comes out, and if it moves the market up or down, or doesn't really do anything to the market. Fed Bowman coming in at what time is that? 1:30. Fed Bowman coming up at 1:30, so maybe that could be something to be careful for, but nothing really too scary for tomorrow. Anything happening this week in general? We got core durables, crude oil, GDP numbers coming out, pending home sales, a lot of home stuff this week. Hey, PCE, yeah, nothing too important this week, which is good. Hopefully nothing to mess with our earnings trades and our earnings plays, and that's what's the most important for us. Costco coming up on the board. Costco, which is pretty much near all-time highs over here, not too far from all-time highs. Walmart has been recently just been taking care of itself and in the new all-time high range, not really wanting to come down at all. Target destroying its self-worth all the way to the downside. I mean, rest in peace Target at this point. But Costco, everything in my house, all the groceries, all Costco. We love Costco in this household. Costco is a lifesaver in this household, and I know a lot of people probably feel the same way for their houses. So I'm very bullish for Costco, ladies and gentlemen. I'm interested in seeing how their earnings number come out tomorrow. If you guys are actually interested in what the options earnings move number is, let me quickly go check that by logging into my other screen. That way I'm not doxing myself. Okay, Costco wholesale. Let's go check what the price is. Earnings expected move. They're expecting a 2.8% move, somewhere down to 543 or 574 to the upside. But you got to keep in mind that since the stock is after hours, these numbers will be changing throughout the day, and then it could go higher, it could go lower, and it also depends on what price the stock is currently trading at. So right now, though, that's the range for the earnings move, the earnings implied move, about a 40% implied volatility and an expected move of 2.8. What's the airline ETF, which is Jets? Yeah, Jets is the airline ETF. Bonds going up, that many stocks will fall, then rebound, and that's the way the market trades. Yeah, that is true. People do need to watch the bonds for sure. Or like I like to watch other barometers such as ADD or tick when I'm day trading. But when you're swing trading, or when you're trying to create a bigger picture idea of what's really happening in the stock market, then yes, you want to look at the treasury yields. What is that? TRT? No, not TRT. What's TLT? There you go. Yeah, TLT. Whew, I almost forgot. Gave me a heart attack over there. I was like, I trade this on FOMC days. How am I forgetting the ticker? TLT, the Treasury yields, the 10 year, the 20 years, and so on. Always tracking them is not a bad idea to get a bigger picture of what exactly is going on in the market. M looks like it found a bottom. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about M finding no bottoms. I'll be honest with you. I was expecting that line to come into play, I guess. 1046, $11. Where are we at today? What is that range? Low 1066. Okay. 1066 range low. Yeah, could be breaking out back to the north side. You're not wrong. You are not wrong, man. I don't even like that. I'm taking that off. Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, it looks like it might have found a bottom, but that's only like, what, a couple of days now? So I'll be a little patient with it. Let's see what happens when it does push back to this level. It might have found a small bottom for now, but it could go there, reject that, and, you know, continue diving to the south side later afterwards. So you want to be careful. Yes, it could give you a nice little swing trade for a week or two to the north side, but it could, you know, plummet straight back to the downside after. It could also just keep on ripping to the north side. Anything is possible. So I'll wait patiently for the catalyst. I think Macy's had a lot of theft problems, and a lot of other stores recently are complaining about theft issues. So I'll be a little patient on this one. Wasn't Macy's going bankrupt recently? So it's like, do I want to be investing in a company that recently was going bankrupt and just got revived for some reason and now looks like it's going bankrupt again? I don't know. I don't think I want to. For a day trade, there could be some opportunities here if there is an actual catalyst and volume for us to trade in. But without that, I'm not too interested. I mean, this is a grandpa stock. It's $11 stock trading 12 million shares. Very boring to me. I want to see more. We have a range over here that we could possibly range traded it in, right? I will be buy target at 100. Stick some in the long account. I mean, that's not a bad call, man. That's not a bad call. Will Target go bankrupt based on what they did to themselves? I don't think they'll go bankrupt just off of that. But if I was to invest in Target just because I missed this whole move, I would 100% invest anywhere in the 2020 lows. Anywhere in the 2020 lows sounds like a great price to me. $100 sounds like a great price to me. Hello, can I please put a line down there? Look at that 2020 lows. That COVID lows near $90 to $100. I would love to invest in that. Dollar General down 57. Oh my god. Yo, what the? I guess I had that line out there. I just didn't see this one coming in that hard. Yeah, there down goes Dollar General below COVID lows. So well below COVID lows, you know, like 123, now it's at 100. So, you know, sometimes COVID lows don't really matter. It's for like these type of stocks. But I would be interested in seeing what Target does near COVID lows. Dollar General right now getting absolutely smoked. Wow, we were. I mean, what's the PE for Dollar General? No, I don't mean to do that. That's not bad. That's like Apple PE. That's better than Apple PE. What's Target's PE sitting at? I might just have to throw some money into Target and Dollar General here. Or buy some options for them, maybe. Buy some options for them. Yeah, see that $14 area, that 13.22 area on Palantir, that 13.50 to 14 area, solid level. Even these automated charting softwares are kind of charting that level out for you. Pretty obvious of a level on Palantir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is past 9 o'clock. I am pretty much done. I'm gonna go rest my leg again. I'm gonna go get some sleep, and hopefully I'll be better tomorrow morning and be able to go to work and hopefully sit there throughout the day and trade throughout the day and make money throughout the day, instead of being a little baby about how my leg is hurting and have to go home early. But even if I do have to go home a little early, that's fine as long as I make money on the day, right? let's hope that happens. Please pray for my leg. It is killing me, but I will be back here tomorrow with that pain or without the pain. You guys have a great day tomorrow, obviously. Let me know how your trades went. Join our Discord, join our community. You guys know where all the links are. I'm done selling to you guys. If you guys want to click on the links, they're all down below. And if you are not following me on the social media, I think you're missing out a little bit. That's where I stay active on. The most active is Discord and Twitter. So make sure you go follow those two things. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. See you guys again, 8 o'clock here, same time, same place. Peace.